Let's watch film. It's about 7.5 minutes. It's about what we spoke when we met in a hallway. We're gonna look at your offensive game and the way the opponent would prepare for you from your strengths. Then we will go to your weaknesses as far as where is your game most vulnerable and where would the defenses try to force you. Afterwards we'll see clips of shots, good, bad, the shots that can be avoided as far as from a decision standpoint, and we'll touch a little bit of defense, how you're getting your steals, how are you playing off the ball, and then where are some of the cheap fouls that can be avoided as well. So let's don't waste any time, let's get to work. So first thing first, J-Lo is always looking to score. No matter if it's Iverson cut, if the defender is going over, that means on a catch he's always going to be looking to score. He'll do a lot of work getting open. He reads the defense as well. Off ball screens, he's aggressive. If the defender is going through, he's going to take the advantage. Always looks to get to the rim if he has straight line. He has NBA range. He's not shy to step in. He'll take good amount of threes. I'd say 5 3-pointers per game, 4 2-pointers, about 3 to 4 free throws per game. He's so explosive on his first step that when he plays on that NBA line, let's say NBA kind of court, he will have a burst where he can get with 2 dribbles right at that rim, and he has really high percent finishes going towards the right side. Okay, working to get open. Now he's not gonna isolate himself too much, but if he's gonna isolate himself, he's gonna isolate himself, but if he's gonna isolate off that jab game, then most likely he's gonna either use that jab to get his shot off, or he's gonna use that jab. If he was on the wing, let's say, he would use it then secondary jab, and he would use that defender's momentum going at him to go by. Now he's gonna isolate himself a lot. Team is gonna give him the ball in the crucial situations, and this is where he's best. Crossover left to right, and his explosive first step always gives him the advantage. On the second dribble, he usually gathers, and if he has a contact, he'll finish it with the contact. This clip shows better determination, touch, finish, and just the creation against one of the better defenders in the EuroLeague. Again, finishing through contact, bump finish, high touch, great floater game. Richie doesn't know what's coming. Now Messina gonna let him know. Don't force him, right. So again, he should know better. If you give him right side, he's gonna take it, and as I said, he's great with finishing with the contact. And one. Again, now, good defenses, they're gonna shade him more towards the left, just like here. They know he's not gonna pass too much to the shooters around the corner, even though You see here, the cotton is already shaping up. Everybody's packing up. They're not gonna help too much from Billy, but they're gonna let him go left. And if he's stopped on the right side, he's gonna try to come back to the right, but eventually on the left side he's gonna take a pull-up. Try to go right from left to right crossover, doesn't have it, takes his time. On the left he's gonna stay balanced and gonna take those pull-ups. Gonna go at you full speed. Good finisher through the contact. Stops on balance, pull-up. His counter is up and under. When he gets to the spot on that elbow area, if he doesn't have a clean one, he'll mix it up once in a while, giving a different look for the defenses, and he'll get him off their stance with that fake, and then gets up and under move. Has that great floater, has that great touch on his right side, so he will have no difficulty finishing with it. Now, when he goes right, if he's gonna have the defender really trying to body check him or hand check him, he's gonna use that contact to draw fouls. He's gonna look to initiate the contact with that offhand, and when he gets it, he gets that head nod. He throws his head back, draws a foul, finishes with the contact. Great finisher, going to the right. Again, bump finish, that's how he draws those fouls. Okay, now a couple things. When he gets sped up, it's really a one-way street. So he knows he's one of the top 5 guards as far as his change of speed, and he can get from that half court to the rim before the last defender can even really position himself, and he uses for that advantage. But what he usually misses is he misses that there are spot up shooters on the perimeter, like in this case Dima is in the corner. So just because there's a really high speed on that drive, he misses some of the opportunities. So usually there can be a lot of help on his drives. He's going to rely on his finishes towards the right side, which is a really high percentage. Sometimes there are opportunities missed to get an assist. Now, forcing him left, as we spoke, is going to create a less percentage of a shot if pull-up is taken away, because that's mostly like going to be sort of like floater going towards the left. On off-screen situations in the spin down, yep, they're just going to let him go left. Shaqiri is not going to commit too much. Ronsevic is not going to help. They're just going to let him go left. And even though there's nobody that can stop him, if he take one more dribble on the left side for the finish, he'll still remain on his touch with the right hand. He would still rely on his finishes with the right hand. Okay, now some of those tough shots can be avoided. Usually on those switch situations, there's a lot of expectations to finish the possession with a mismatch situation. Sometimes it is again rushed, even though it's 5 seconds, but here you go. Now the 45 is open because there's big help and the ball should be moving, but instead high creativity in isolations can create a shot, but sometimes the shot is a low percentage shot. Another switch situation. There's plenty of time on the clock, about 12 seconds. But again, when he gets into his drives, into his first steps, he tries to get around. He usually loses the control. Again, there might be a backup dribble used or good balanced stop. You know, there are three, everybody's watching at the ball, so perimeter is available. Top, maybe the best option to get another swing pass into a shot or swing pass. But again, tough contested shot. A lot of pressure in switch situations. He's a great closer. He can close the games. He's proven many times he'll do so. Now again, a good portion of his misses are off a three-pointer, and this is no exception. So there's 8 seconds, there's a switch, there's plenty of time to coordinate everybody, to put big guy on the post, to maybe have more space to play, but instead with 6-7 seconds on the clock, settles for the first shot on the start of the game. Again, heavy help from the first pass. At this point, again, he relies on his left to right crossover because he's so dangerous when he gets by the first line of defense, but the defense usually adjusts and there can be a heavy help from that first pass. Again, swing, maybe a swing shot, but what he does, he doesn't quit. He's a competitor. He'll fight. He'll pick up full court. He'll play defense the way it's supposed to be. He'll chase, get back in the square. He'll continue to put pressure, continue to play ice, active hands. He gets 1 steal per game just by being a tough player. In this game, didn't have a great rhythm, but he didn't stop playing both ways. He's a both-way player. Again, clutch possession, he gets the steal. Amazing. Picks up about 48 feet, doesn't quit, pressures, gets the steal. Weak side, he's great being in position. He just continuously in out in that 2.9 lane. Yeah, and then he looks to push. Great enough open court. Getting easy baskets that way too. Okay, another look. Okay, well, technical issues we resolved. Now we're back to work again. Playing on the weak side. Okay, sees that their advantage created on the ball. Reads on the weak side, so Jordan has to help to stop the ball. Alex rotates. He rotates on the big, gets the deflection, dives for the loose ball, and eventually they get a jump ball. Now, just because he's so active on the ball, he can have those hand checks. Now, every time, put 2 hands on the defender. Defenders at this level, they're gonna try to flop. They're gonna try to throw their heads back, and that way draw fouls. Tough call. Again, being on the weak side, gonna help close out. Again, putting those two hands, that's automatic call for the foul. Again, going through handoffs, trying to make that play at the ball. Getting foul. Alright, this is the last one. Now we spoke, being great defender on the weak side, he's gonna help. That's a good way to go by him. But he's gonna spend smart fouls when he needs to. So, overall, player that plays hard on both ends, definitely a scorer. He'll get about 10 attempts per game. 5, 6 of them is gonna be 3-pointers. He's gonna look to shoot when he's open. He's gonna drive more towards his right side. A lot of isolation. About 50% of his shots gonna come from isolation situations, where he's gonna create from left to right crossover. Gonna try to draw fouls going until the end. Pick and roll game within touch, but those are the team strategies to stop it. Same usually thing applies. You know, great pull-up shooter in pick and roll situations. In isolations, he would settle for threes. Maybe if he's forced in those switch situations, then most likely he's gonna rush. He's gonna get sped up. That's where most of his miss attempts come, and most of his turnovers. So forcing him left, as well as trying to speed him up, will get him most likely out of control. That way defenses can have less of a hard time defending him in all those situations in pick and roll, in isolation situations where he has time and space to set up and prepare his crossovers. Defensively, he's active, as we saw. He's playing to get the steals, active, picking up really high in transition. And every time he gets two hands on the body, usually that's a good opportunity to draw a foul or try to go by him. Good on weak side, so knowing that, you always have to read if he's committing for that help or if he's gonna go for the steal. So hope that helps. Hope to see you as soon as possible on the court, and looking forward working with you on the court as well.